I think it's just observing you over the last decade as you've grown as a leader. Like you've had to adapt a lot to the different types of people on your team, which is cool. I mean, I know you teach classes on this stuff about how to adapt for the people on your team versus say, well, this is my leadership style, deal with it or leave. Right. That would be me. Here I am. I'll take it or leave it.
No. You don't give yourself enough credit for that. You really don't. Because that's an element where I think you don't need a tool for it. You have it intrinsically. Whereas I think the vast majority of people need a tool for this. They need to tell them in black and white, this person prefers to be talked to in this way. This person prefers to be led in this sort of way. And that's critical.
Yeah, I mean, I was recently just talking about even understanding when you're speaking to a big group of people that obviously everyone's different in the group, and you got like try and hit on all the different wirings. Like,
totally.
Okay, say this information for this person, say this, they say it this way for this person, say it with this feeling and emotion for these people. You're like, oh my gosh, you got to hit all of the different cerebral buckets, to actually communicate better. And I'm like, flip, man, this is so hard. But I think you do adapt really, really well on that side. I was thinking, what was the other thing I wanted to talk about? Oh, repelling talent. Yeah. So we were talking at lunch today about
it's controversial.
When it comes to, well, it kind of is. Well, I think it probably cuts across the grade. I mean, we're at a talent war, and we have been for years, and we still are right now in 2023 and back half of 2023. There is a still more than ever with all the boomers retiring. There is a war for qualified talent for the roles that are open. And so everyone's talking about how do I attract talent? How do I get more talent? How do I get the right people to come to us? And I was saying to you, I'm like, how do you repel talent? I'm just done with attracting people and getting them all excited about us. And I think we do a pretty good job of telling our story, getting people inspired. And then only to find within, 12 to 18 months, they're leaving us and they're like really upset about that this culture is not what they want it to be. And I'm like, well, weren't we explicit enough?
Clearly not.
You're like, well, I don't really, what about this and what about this and what about this? And I'm like, okay, we'll do a better job of covering that issue so that you don't get upset next,
Right.
But I don't want any more of those people, But just thinking about how do you repel talent? Specifically, what's one person who's left us that you're so glad they left us? No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. By name, the top three people you are so happy that they've gone. No, but how do you? I don't have any thoughts on this one because I'm still kind of just processing myself. But how do you, if you look through history of Titus, our DNA, like what would be some of the characteristics of people that you would say?
I would first say the mistakes that we've made.
Yeah.
Almost always we didn't follow process. I know that sounds weird because I'm not usually a process guy.
Yeah.
But we skimped on one of the sections. We're like, this is the right person, right? They come highly recommended from this individual. We got to move forward or we're going to lose them.
Totally.
Like, got it. But at the sacrifice of quality
process,
or following the process, right? That is piece number one. But some of the things were, I don't think they were prepared ultimately for our culture. And I don't think they were prepared necessarily for the responsibility as well as the privilege of being fully remote.
Yeah.
A virtual environment means you have complete freedom to run your own business at a consultant level.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people not ready for that. They want the office experience. They want more process of a $1 billion company.
Yeah.
We don't have it.
Yeah.
And so for me, I've tried to, within interviews, painting a bit more of a bleak picture on what the role actually looks like. And what
you
the
talk about loneliness and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
just talk about how lonely it is and how
you
never
really
talk to
sure?
anybody.
You will not see anyone. Have you seen the TV show Alone?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
It's
like that. You have to build your own shelter. You got to try and find your own food.
I mean, but I do try to scare them a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Because I feel like every time we amp them up, it's almost like overselling and under delivering.
Well, yeah, because we have a really strong culture, people-centric. It's dynamic, but you don't. When you wake up in the morning, there's no one's in your living room with you or sitting at your kitchen table.
I hope not.
Well, unless they're supposed to be there.
Right.
If they're your family, like, where the flip are you here? Get out of here. This is supposed to be remote. But yeah, your colleagues aren't sitting there. Like, we do a lot of stuff on video. We encourage all of that, but it still does. It is different, isn't it? It's like
there's a lot. I mean, there's video fatigue. There's all of it, right?
Yeah.
But it's. I don't think people necessarily are equipped for all of these things that we present a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I don't think that because we're constantly trying to sell somebody to come work for us.
Yeah.
And when you think of the way that we recruit, we're looking for passive candidates, ones that
Right.
aren't actively looking. So it's,
Yeah.
I think we sometimes forget to turn the sales mode off.